Hi, I'm Mark Witherspoon, and I'm excited to introduce you to a topic that's a big passion of mine called sequential stretching. It's a technique that I've been working on for the last few years, and it feels wonderful, and it's made some big improvements in my body. And I'm hoping that some of you can share some of the enthusiasm I have for it after this. So I'm planning to talk about some of the theory behind sequential stretching. Mixed in with that, I'll also demonstrate some of my favorite sequential stretches so that you have an idea of how they work, what they look like, what they should feel like. Go ahead and follow along with these stretches if you can. I'm also going to talk a bit about my flexibility story, how I got to have flexibility issues, and how I've made some improvements. And last, we'll talk a bit about some focus techniques to help you get the most out of sequential stretching. Sequential stretching is a flexibility technique that I started working on in 2018. It borrows from some other bodywork techniques like Alexander, yoga, some physical therapy techniques. Some of the key concepts behind sequential stretching is that stretching should be slow, gentle, and mindful. Whenever you're moving, these should be the things you keep in mind. The name for sequential stretching comes from the fact that I like to think of these stretch sequences as being a sequence of relaxed poses. You always want to begin one of these sequences from the most relaxed state possible. And then you slowly and gently move towards a finishing pose. Kind of like if you were to animate something with clay, how you move in small, discrete steps. As you do this, you should closely monitor your tension level. I like to think of tension between 0 and 10. When you're doing these stretches, you want to try and keep them between the levels 0 to 2. So 0 would be no tension felt at all. 10 is extremely high tension, where you might be so painful you'd have to go to the hospital. So you want to keep this definitely towards the lower side to get the most out of these. As you do the stretches, you want to make use of your exhales from your natural breathing in order to bring about the most relaxed state possible. As you do these, you want to listen for what I call microreleases, which are tiny bits of tension release that might feel like a little pop, a little tingle. You might feel a little crackle, or often they just feel like muscles are moving that feel kind of foreign and not what you're used to feeling in that area. And as you do these, I like to think of it as exploring your body like an archaeologist would explore some ancient cavern. You can learn a lot about your body this way, and it can make it kind of a fun adventure as you travel throughout the parts of your body.